Okay, it's February 13th, 2025, and been out all day up doing a snow report up in the snow. We got out of the snow and the rain subsided for a bit. It's been terrible out, and we're over here at China Camp right now, and we're gonna motor off down this road and see what we see. So as soon as I find out what happened to the hook that goes on my camera. Wow, 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 what a night. It's New Year's Eve, but there ain't a soul out. I don't know where y'all go. Anyway, I'm in the Land Rover. More to come. Okie dokie, artichoke. And here we go. Gonna get a bit noisy in here. Got all the lights on up front. Something out there, I can see it. Either a reflector or a critter, one of the two. I guess we'll find out in a minute. Not the reflector. So we're in the 93 110. This is number 499. This is the one that's got the 4.2 liter motor in it. This thing goes, man. I came up the hill tonight and I was pulling up on the rev limiter in third gear with no trouble. Go try that in your 110, see how far it gets you. This is all gravel through here, so it's pretty good. There's a section down here that must have been real bad in the old days. Mind you, this bridge we're going over is really old. I think it was built in the 30s. Anyway, must have been quite the gooey mess because they paved it. So you get up the hill. Yeah, we're just touching 50 right now. I turn on the tunes, but old YouTube probably get upset. Oh, it's copyright. Yeah, lighten up. Nasty out here tonight. Wouldn't want to get stuck out here, I'll tell you. Coming up to the houses again. Go slow past the house. There's another real old bridge. Coming up to the paved road. We're down to high 30s. Gotta be nice going past these people's houses. Yeah, I got center diff locked. No, I'm not gonna unlock it on this paved section. It ain't worth it. It's not even a quarter of a mile. Maybe an 8 at last. There you go. It's over. Done with. Sure wish I had electric side windows. That'd be cooler than hell. Keep the damn doors defrosted. Alright, it's gonna get noisy. I just turned the heater back on. Lights out in the distance for some reason. Straight off the nose. I don't know if you can see it. A little easier in the nighttime when you're coming around blind corners. You can tell if somebody's coming because you can see the lights, right? Still, stay on your side of the road. We got a lot of lights on up front today. A lot of gravel here. Another bridge. A lot of water here. Wow, holy smoke, Batman. not the D90. I think it's boogie down here in the dark. With a plastic top on it, though, you freeze your butt off. I got the heater working in the 110 here really good, because I've got the whole bra completely shut. Just so I can get the damn water temperature up, keep the windows defrosted. You got to try to look way out and ahead of you. The problem is your eyes. The eyes are the problem. With the rain coming down the way it is, you're always trying to look beyond the lights. Because of the heavy rain, it's very difficult. I've got everything on the front is LED. Not very muddy at all. A lot of grip. It's pretty hard packed road, I must admit. There's a few sections up here that'll get muddy. We're going to get up in a little while. I used to film Western, cowboy Westerns out here a century ago, believe it or not. I've done a YouTube about that before. Go look. Big puddle. And another bridge. Yeehaw! In the daylight, you can do that quick. I won't say how quick. Sure wouldn't want to be out here for the snow and the piston rain. Of course, it does do that here, but you guys are up there in the snow belt, you know, Colorado, Nevada, Utah, Idaho. I'm a hoe, you're a hoe, whatever hoe. You gotta be damn careful about playing in the snow. I watch you guys on the YouTube and shake my head in disbelief. Just because you got a pickup don't mean you can go wheeling. Pickup truck's the last thing in the world you want. No weight on the back axle, and you've got heavy springs on it to haul heavy loads, so it doesn't articulate, which means the tires don't stay on the road. And the more doors you got, the worse it gets, because the breakover, which is the distance between the front axle and the rear axle, is too great. So the littlest bump in the road, you get high centered. So don't go out there in the pickup trucks. Same with the snow. You want to be a snowplow in a pickup truck, the only way to really do it is A, be chained up, all four, but you need a lot of dead weight in the back. Keep that rear axle on the ground. If that axle's sliding around, you're going to be in a drift. Okay, so enough of that. Yeah, I don't know what the conditions are, so I'm not being stupid and coming down here in full chat. There's an owl right there, if you saw that. In the daylight, you can see I got a right-hander coming up here. Sure don't like second gear there sometimes. That's 60 and third. We start to get some wheel spin. Go back out. No, I don't have the ARBs are not locked. You don't need them locked on a road like this. You lock the axles, you end up having trouble. If you got a posse, you're going to have trouble. Because the average guy don't know how to drive with a posse in the back. And I race Corvettes, and it's got a posse in the back. I know how to drive it. You have to be very careful putting the power in. Here we go, spin train track. Another really old bridge, right? I'm surprised we haven't seen no cowboys out here hooting and shooting and being stupid. All right, here's where we made a lot of movies. The railroad tracks you just saw we just crossed stem from the 1800s. A little more light on the subject. I got fog lights. When you turn it on first click, it's yellow. go on a second cycle, it goes clear, and that helped a bit. I figure we see some stupid people out here tonight. I guess I'm only dum-dum on the block, huh? Another bridge, going slow for the bridge. Always hit the bridge square, not sideways, and you don't hit bridge walls. And they were doing construction down here the other month. Railroad's putting in, Sierra Railroad putting in new ties and stuff. The last thing you want to do is come down here. Big puddle, right at the... Yeah, you imagine if you hit that at high speed, you got straight off. Hey, here's where they're working. More water. Don't ever go blasting through water. You don't know what's in there. That's why you see other guys on YouTube. I'm running 2 cameras here, so we're going to see which one comes out best. I say the phone with the 3 lenses is there was another movie they made out here in the 70s, and I don't remember what it was now. I'd have to go look it up. Just up here somewhere on the left. They actually built a little fake town up here. Oh, that was bumpy. Big hole in there. And that hole's still hard as nails, as you saw. Wow. Was that a slam? I'm glad I wasn't on the Honda. Been on my Africa Twin. I've been laying in that puddle out here in the dark trying to find my phone. Right. I guess Sierra Railroad guys have got to come and fix this. Something critter just crossed from right to left. I couldn't see what it was. It went over the fence, but it went over the fence. Now I would probably guess coyote. Oh. This thing got so much grunt. Look at that. It went right down to nothing. Still 4th gear. Up to 3rd. Over the tracks. Whoa, my camera, blue camera, ended up looking to the moon there. All right, last section. This is good through here. How about 8-0? Alright, we'll roll on the brakes. We're going to unlock the center diff. Downshift. That green sign out in the distance is kind of my, so to speak, brake marker. And the differential is unlocked. We're on the back top. And that's it. Happy New Year, and yada yada yada. Okay, I'm gonna cross that, head past one last movie place here. This thing goes, look at that, that's 3rd gear there. Breaking in real nice. Holds like a freight train for a Land Rover, that is. I know you can hear my heater blowing away. Now we're going to cross. I won't say we're going to cross it. We're going to parallel the tracks again. This was another very famous Western movie. And it's played out right here on this road. I bet this house wasn't here. I bet money it wasn't here. The only piece left is that red building right there. Was in the movie in the 1920s. And the camera was pointing this way. Oh, it's good. That's it for the off-road stuff. If you're bored, Happy New Year. We'll see you next time. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. If you want to have a fun for another 15 minutes or so, Sit tight. There's a real screwy corner up here. Last thing we want to do is end up in the creek, so. Got to put disc brakes on the back of this thing. Just needs to haul it down quicker for the suit. Another very, very old bridge right here. Nobody's partying out here. All the lights are out in the houses, the whole bit. Look at this. This guy's just, everything's off. They all gone night-night. Have this the porch light. I got a living room light going in that one. Somebody's up. Probably the wife. She's gone. He's drunk. He went to bed early, and I'm stuck in New Year's time. Right? You know the story, right, guys? I wouldn't know that. Okay, another naughty corner up here. We're going to scrub all this speed off. Just roll over the top. Because by the time you see those red triangles down there in the distance, you're wondering what the hell. You're off the road and into the bushes. That's why they're there. I imagine some farmer put them there because some dumbass came around here and went splat. Probably a local drunk teenager. It's kind of cool road. Old corner's pretty good, huh? Got new tires on it. And they're working. And no way, you don't overinflate them on these things. They're 34 pounds in the front, 38 in the back right now. There's a hairpin, well, not a hairpin, but might as well be. We're just up here in the dark. Hard 90 degree. There it is. You can see it in the daylight. You see it way out in distance. Kind of dark bush. Oh, this is all new. I guess there's some other dork going on. Somebody's been out here with the tape. The farmer probably did it. He had to buy a new gate. Joey the drunk probably drove into it, right? I know, you guys would rather be watching sailing doodles than watching the hotties on the boats with the skimpy outfits. If I could get a couple of hotties in skimpy outfits in the car, I'd do it. But any takers? I know it brings ratings. Can't complain when there's a pretty girl in the room. Squiggles and wiggles here for road signs. Wish that damn fan had quit coming on in the engine. I'm going to get rid of that thing. I heard it clutch up. I'm going to get rid of it. We'll just put a full-time electric in there. Anytime that fan on the engine locks up and connects, horsepower goes right in the toilet. You know, driving a propeller. Okay, I'm getting off early, buddy. We're not going to come through here at race speed. We're dawdling along here. I don't have 411 or whatever crazy diffs you think I have in here. This is a 110 NAS model, North American specification. And it's got the stock diffs, which is 354 gear ratio. And on the transfer case, you can get 5 different ratios for high range. These were imported with the lowest ratio. Fourth gear on the main box is 1:1, as it should be. Fifth gear is a smidge on the overdriven side, like 096 or 091 or some crap. I go 91. There's a naughty corner coming up here that everybody in town. Geez, fix that up. Fix that piece of road there. There's another corner up here that everybody. Joey likes to go straight off while he's singing some country farm song. Ends up in the bushes or then in the hospital when they got to come in. See what I mean? The suckers you in. We're right down to 30 indicated now. Creep, 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 creep. Don't drop your wheels off the edge. Got a big ditch in there. Gotta fix my camera again. There it goes. Wow, 21 minutes and I'm not done yet. Another 90 degree. From here out, for the next couple of miles, I tell you, if I was designing a new racetrack somewhere, this section from starting in the middle of this corner, 90 degree, leading out onto this, I'd use this section. Absolutely fabulous. I'm a little more old school than you guys think. And coming through here, flat on the floorboards in a 962 Porsche in the rain would be an absolute riot. What the hell are they doing up here? It'd have to be twice this width, mind you. You know, it'd be like the Mont Saint at Le Mans. It's nearly 4 miles flat out. Until they put all these Mickey Mouse ass chicanes in years ago. They should have done, instead of, my dad said, instead of changing the road, should have fixed the car. The problem was the freaking Mercedes. Mark Webber, oh look at his film. Air got under the nose, picked the car up, threw it over the fence and landed out in the bushes. 200 change. They say, oh, the track was a problem. The track hasn't been a problem since the 1920s. See, now we got an S-bend right here. Need more lights. Bonk, bonk. Now, you can take out the railroad tracks here. Okay. Always want to hit them square. There we go. Never hit road tracks at an angle when it's wet. Slow down. Good way to take them straight off the road and go somewhere else. Anyway, what do I know about Le Mans? Well, if you watch Ford versus Ferrari movie, how you know everybody I knew as a little boy. And I mean everybody. My dad used to go down the Mont Saint at night in the Aston, be adjusting the headlights a couple nights before the 24-hour race. I said, what happens if it's raining? He said, get wet. Okay. Is this fabulous or what, guys? Imagine this, oil. Me, I race sports cars, and I missed my chance at that. I wanted to be driving that Group 44 Jag. I was bugging Julius about it, when all of a sudden I got the clock cleaned by British Leyland, pulled the plug, Jaguar cars by then. Anyway, I raced motorcycles all my life. Started out on dirt bikes, didn't do real good. Went road racing, went back on the dirt bikes, got real good. And I won a lot of races all over North America. You can't come to Canada and win a race up here unless you pay your dues. Nobody told me that. I showed up twice and won everything I entered. Same Mid-Ohio. You can't come to Mid-Ohio, having never been here before, yada, yada, yada. Alright, so we're almost out of here. The rain's getting bad. This isn't even. There's a crossroad up here in a second, as you can see by the sign. It's not where the sign is. And I still can't see it. Jesus Christ, what the hell is it? Oh, I just making out the road here on the right. See it? It's dark out here, boys and girls. Here we go. Last stretch. We'll call it good. I always wondered what this place was like when the immigrants first came over the mountains. And boy, oh, the dumbasses they were for coming over those mountains. My God. Got down here where it started coming down in and went, my God, all open country. There's no one here. The only ones here were some Indians, locals. And sadly, I don't think there's much, if any, of that tribe left, unfortunately. Whitey in America wasn't very nice to the locals. Real tight through here. The Porsche S is right at the lawn. Yeah, but you ain't coming through there in fifth gear. You'll be coming through here in second. You go down the bottom gear, that's down here. See? That's still second. Boom. First gear. Right up there. Oh boy, what a mess this place is. Wow, somebody's coming. First car we passed on the whole trip. Look at that. And another one. Bar ain't closed yet, is it? Can't see. Now I can turn the lights back on. Here we go. Got another hard turn coming up. Can't see it in the dark. There's the sign way down there. I see it now. Not sure, don't go stupid. I raced motorcycles, like I said. I was road racing. Triumphs and Ducatis. And a BSA now and again. Boy, oh boy, did I have my fair share of racing in the rain. Could never race a Sonoma Sears Point in the rain. Just, hey, somebody like Paul Ritter come back out after a couple laps and go, you can't keep it on two wheels. And if Paul's not able to keep it on two wheels, Joe Amateur was going to go out there and, you know, be kissing the pavement real quick. But I raced Daytona in the rain. Steamboat Springs, Colorado, raced through the streets, which I won 16 times. Many times it rained. We'd come with the correct tires on, with Rave on. Somebody say go and I'd be going. See ya, wouldn't want to be here. Westwood, British Columbia, 1990. Got up in the morning. Oh, the weather was absolute crap. And they were going to postpone it. We said we came too far, all the way from California, to sit here and postpone damn race because it's raining. And before you know it, somebody heard us. They turned off the rain. The sun came out, and it was absolutely gorgeous. But you know, some of the guys didn't even want to go out and practice in the rain. In practice, and when it was, you know, dwindling away by then, the track was damn. I won the 250 race. I only lost the 350 race because me and Craig were too busy giggling at each other out front. We were playing game, and we realized the flag had come out, and I hadn't passed him yet. Then I went out in the 500 race, only because Jeff Duke went over and bitched for me. He said, why can't Mike run in the 500 race? Canadians say, oh, he's on the 350. So, we used to race 350s in the 500 race all the time. So they let me. So I started, get this, are you listening? If you're a motorcycle gal, you'll love this. You had to start 67. And the grid was biased to the left. So I made sure I was first one out on the warm-up lap, start scrubbing the tires, getting the heat up on the brakes. Because that Ducati had drum brakes on it. Everybody in the class had drum brakes. And I got them. I got up on the grid. It was 4 across each row. My buddies now got invited because they were on 350s, so I was 67th, dead last. When no one was looking, I was pushing the bike backwards and canting it off to the right so I could see the flag. That guy moved his elbow and I dumped the clutch. And are you ready for this? Oh, we're going to be a big puddle down here probably. When I got to turn 2, I was 8th. Yes, indeedy. I come through there like a knife through butter. And it was the next 18 laps or whatever it was. I know it was long. It took me that long to get to the front for the 350 because the 500s would blow my doors off down the back straightaway, down through the Canyon, over Deer's Leap. Some of the guys were dumbasses and would shut the throttle for the jump. I just stayed on the paint, kept the pin. Anyway, I caught what I thought was the leader coming up the hill on the last go, and I got him by the width of the front tire right on the line. And if anybody knows who Jeff Duke is, D-U-K-E, go look him up. Isle of Man, world champion. My dad was his mechanic at Aston's. Yeah, I told you I know everybody. And anyway, I won the race. He was ecstatic. I was ecstatic. My wife was ecstatic. Anyway, that's the end of that. Happy New Year. And like, subscribe, and tell your friends. And I'll do a motorcycle thing pretty quick with some stupid stories. Bye-bye.